Alright, I guess we're back again. We're going to start again with this stuff. This is where we left off, where we had mud on it, up the edge, up to here. And we were missing a piece of corner bead. Well, I've since went and got a piece. So, I got this, I got my tools. I guess let's go over what I'm using to install this piece. We're going to get it here, but first we got to cut it. So we'll use these 10 snips, which will just cut the metal there, and hammer to hammer in our nails. And you need to use these kind of nails because the cup will hold the if you use screws, I think it dimples in this. If you use a nail, it makes it really nice and smooth and you get a nice finish. But we'll go ahead and put the corner bead on real quick. Usually don't need much more of a ladder than a bucket in this situation. And again, up here, it doesn't have to be pretty because it's going to smooth over with mud. And up here, it doesn't have to be pretty because it'll get crown molding covering about like that. So, it'll be alright. I push it in to check and see if it needs to go or pull or stay where it's at. So I see what it wants to move and do, and then when I put my nail in, sometimes I put it on the far right side of the hole or the far left side of the hole if I wanted to push or if I wanted to pull. Try to use it as a bit of a lever and adjust. The last few little hits, you can still be adjusting. Alright, so now alright, so that's that. So now, let's see about opening up this mud. That is not easy with one hand. There's our mud. Let's slurp it into the pan. There's our tools. I'll be getting it out with this. So we'll be digging in there. Thank some weight. That's extra. And this is going to be what we use to sand it. So you can see there's a little extra here that'll come off. But it'll sand nice and smooth, and we'll still go again because there's still not even enough. So it'll be a little bit thicker, but when you get done, you just get nice smooth. This is enough to just sand now. And these are already smooth. So we're getting there. Sink base will go there. And with the Halloween decorations and the Halloween mermaid. Alright, let's put some mud on there now. So I get some mud up and rake it into the pan. So right now it just makes a mess. And this is all at home. I'm doing this for Christopher and Amanda. And then I gotta go to work. It's still dark outside, so I'm drinking coffee. Drinking coffee and doing this before work. Just, I guess for fun, but other people need for work. So, just kind of fun. And now I'm just wanting to video everything, so why not do it? I'm gonna video it, but gives me motivation to do it as well. So I get up, take a shower, get all clean, and then come in here and get dirty, and then go to work. Don't make a lot of sense, but it does to me. The last little bit's hard to get out of there, but I got almost all I can get out. So now we'll switch from the 4 to 6 inch. And now we're just gonna fill all that with mud. But first, I heard something. So that's that. But over here, there's a bunch of chunks of stuff. So first off, I'm just gonna go ahead and rake it off. And go the other way. I'm gonna do this little side. This is kind of satisfying, so I'll show you this. But you can see this, as I run up this, these pieces right here will fall off. But it's pretty satisfying. So it kicks it off like that. And then we gotta go all the way around there. Finish all this stuff, but there's big chunks that you just have to knock off. It's ugly till it gets pretty. So this side will do the same thing. Knock this edge off. Now we're ready to do pretty much mud all this and around this shower here. So let's try to knock that out with what we've got. That's not really enough mud. And it's barely half enough to do it, but we're gonna start it. I'm just gonna put as much mud as I can get without making it fall off. And try not to make a mess, because you're going to make a mess. So it's a little bit thin too. A little bit thin makes it harder to put on a wall or a ceiling, but oh well. And it seems wasteful, but I'm not trying to put that mud back in here. You can't even see what I'm doing now at the bottom. Let me come back up top so you can see what we're doing. Alright, so that's what one looks like. See, it's kind of blobby, kind of messed up and ugly. But this is what two looks like. Two coats. Nice and smooth, nice and pretty. So now we just have to do this face all the way up. And then this all the way up. So it's going to be hard to show you. Let's see. Can you see from here? Bam! See, it makes a mess, but let's try this one. This will be satisfying, I think. See that chunk? We gotta get that off first before we start. whatever that was not good, but it's gone. So, there we go. As much as we can put without making a mess. So that's one. Now I'm going to load this up, but what I'm going to do, the mud is really thin. The mud is like running. So I'm going to do this in a couple of different trips. So I'm going to put a little bit and just keep going. So it's not going to look pretty, but it's only going to be step one. It may take 3 stages here. I'm going to put one here, and then later we're going to try to put a piece, which is going to be a piece of tape. I'm going to peel this off. So let's go ahead so we don't waste it. Let's measure a piece to go here. About something like that. And then we're just going to tear it. You don't have to have a special tool, just tear it. Then I'm going to put mud here. Mud all there. And then put this. And then mud again. And then it's going to end up looking pretty nice. It'll look like this. There we go. That's been done. We did the same thing here. You can see it start to go to, this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna just put mud in here just to fill in some, because we we should have let this overlap. But since we didn't, we're just gonna put mud in here, which is gonna be essentially this board. We're gonna put this material here. That's what this is here. So let's put you back and we'll try. We'll put some mud in there for now. So let's scoot you down to there maybe. Oh, you won't fall. We'll roll with that. So now we'll just try to hit some of this in here now. Just some for now. Ultimately, everything will be super, super smooth. So okay, you can still see here, I'm going to go ahead and do this. This surface. One more time. I'm going to do it all the way down so you won't be able to see this part, but I'll be right back up there. What we're going to do now is we're trying to just make sure we get it all in these cracks. So we go one direction, filling it, loading it, I think is what they call it. So we're just loading it right now, just getting it full. And then we're going to go back and smooth it or level it out, drag it, or pull it. I think that's what they call it. So now that it's loaded up, it's not pretty. We're going to pull it smooth. Here we go, let's see this. Maybe I can take you with me again. Now we're gonna see the face is rough. It's hard to see it. See, there you go, you see how it's rough. We're gonna smooth it out like this though. It's gonna get nice and smooth. So we're gonna try that here. It's hard to do it and show you. So we're just gonna load it up. I'm just going to put as much as it'll hold and then scrape it flat. So that'll be ready to come back to tomorrow, or maybe even just in a number of hours. If I were working here, I would be using 20-minute mud, and I would be using 20-minute mud, and I'd be able to throw it on there. It would dry. By the time you go, you know, mud another room real fast and come back, you'd be able to hit it again. And like I say, we're still just loading it on there, scraping it off. Like I say, if you're gonna try to make a mess, do your best not to, because it's gonna try to make you make a mess. We'll just try to make it nice and nice like that. We'll cover this hole. It's awkward, I'm not left-handed. And usually the fixture wouldn't be here. It doesn't matter. We're just filling in all these cracks and all this stuff. We're gonna put sheetrock tape on here later. So that's a pretty good installment of one hit on that. And later on we'll get it more. So right now we're just starting, trying to get it going. Maybe it was not too messy. I'll turn you around here and we'll tape that edge there. I'm kind of bouncing around, but I'm trying to show you a few different things. So at least if you see somebody do it, don't make it hard when you have to do it. That we can clean this stuff off. Just now that it's dry, it just shakes right off. And if you can see this area here, that you need to sand a little bit before you hit it again. Sometimes this does good enough. It does good enough if you just scrape it. But sometimes you can hit it with a sandpaper. Maybe a little light sanding. Sand your edges a little bit too. And here I'm going to use a little bit larger knife. I'm going to use a larger blade. Not that much bigger than the other. So you scrape it to make it clean. Some people love that noise. I don't mind it. That's kind of ready to use. And we're just, you can see it curved. There's a certain curve in it. If you can see, it's kind of curved one way. That's the way I like to use it, to where it's curved like this. Just a little bit. But we'll see if we can get mud on that one, and then this will be all the mud I have and maybe all the time I have. So let's see if we can throw some of this on here. Now we're just going to try to take it off. What I try to do is make this point right on the wall, this point right on this highest point here in the middle. So hopefully that will smooth out this side like this. And then do the same. Over here, I'm going to use this tip on the wall and use this tip here on the ridge. So when I pull it, it'll be like this. So slightly here and slightly here. So let's see. And that's dirty. See how there's just trash in it. So now, what I usually do is put that on the edge of my pan. That's trash. So I scoop from here, I don't go up there. No more. No good at that. Now when it come down like this. So see now, I'm almost out of mud. I'm just gonna throw this in there. What? I'm gonna throw it in here, over on this side. I'm just gonna continue just throwing it in there. That's all the time and all the mud I have left. So I'm gonna switch my knife back. Now I have the little one. Take all of that. Just stick it in there. It's trash mud. We're finished. So now we take that mud, put it there too. Rake it smooth. See this hole? No more. Next time it'll disappear altogether, all the way. That's the last bit. So we'll put it right there. Alright. So now next time we'll finish these corners. We'll put in the crown, the trim. We'll paint everything. And then put the cabinet in. Change the switches, there'll be black switches. Alright. So, till next time, take care.